The character in this show is technically not a Rick, but has many of the same characteristics that make Rick so lovable, which is why he was added to the show in Season 4. And yes, I'm talking about the fan-favorite Summer's new boyfriend, Eldon. But since there are no signs that he'll be getting his own spin-off anytime soon, like Morty or Evil Morty, we had to take matters into our own hands and create one for him. This is Rick and Morty 8, Omvitula, a sci-fi sitcom about a nihilistic sociopath and his grandson who travel around destroying entire universes for fun because they can and because it's funny. So, let's just get right into it. Our story begins on a Saturday morning, with Eldon being woken up by his alarm clock, which is also his countdown to death. It reads, 627 days until the heat death of the universe. He hits snooze and continues sleeping next to his pet rock. His parents walk in and tell him that he's late for school and ask if he fed Rocky, to which Eldon replies that he already did, and Rocky confirmed it. Eldon's dad asks what he means by that, and he responds, "You know how he does." Then he goes to the bathroom to brush his teeth, and his toothbrush starts bleeding, which he shrugs off as a sign of gingivitis. Meanwhile, at school, we see that Jerry has become the new science teacher, and his first class is about space aliens. As Jerry is teaching the lesson from a PowerPoint presentation, we can see that he's very qualified for the job, and actually knows a lot about aliens. Nevertheless, everyone falls asleep during his class, including Mr. Garfunkel, who's sitting in the back row and has been passed out for years now. After school, Eldon and Beth are on their way home when they see a wounded bird lying on the sidewalk. She wants to help it, but he tells her that it's better to let nature run its course and let the bird die. They continue walking until they pass by a hot dog stand where they see someone eating a hot dog. Eldon gets hungry and asks his mom for some money to buy one, but she refuses and says they have to stay true to their diet of only eating food that they grow themselves. When they finally arrive home, we can see that they live in a small 2-bedroom apartment, probably because they don't have enough money to afford anything bigger. Inside, we see that Rick has created another portal gun, which he uses to open a portal to a parallel dimension where they can legally euthanize people. He says he wants to put Jerry out of his misery after hearing him talk about aliens all day. Beth stops him and tells him that Jerry's actually doing well for himself these days. But Rick doesn't believe her and steps through the portal with the portal gun raised. Meanwhile, on the other side of the portal, Jerry is sitting in his car outside of school, waiting to pick up Summer. He sees the portal open behind him and slowly turns his head to face it. Rick comes out of the portal and points the portal gun at Jerry's head and fires, turning Jerry into a pile of ash. Rick then throws the portal gun into the portal and it closes behind him. Beth runs through the portal after him and finds him sitting on a nearby bench. She asks him what he's doing, and he responds, "What does it look like? I'm waiting for a ride." She yells at him that he just killed her husband, and he tells her that he didn't kill Jerry. The Jerry that he killed belonged to this dimension and wasn't her Jerry. She says that even if he were her Jerry, which he is, it would still be wrong to kill him. To which Rick responds, "Wrong is just another word for feeling." At this point, Beth has had enough of Rick's nihilistic BS and uppercuts him right in the face. The two begin fighting and she almost takes him down, but he quickly uses his portal gun to open a portal under her feet, and she falls into it. When she lands, she finds herself in the same dimension where the bird was lying earlier. She hears a voice say, "Great, another sociopath." She turns around and sees that she's standing in front of a mirror, and the reflection that was talking is hers. She realizes that she's now in an alternate dimension where everyone is self-aware that they're characters in a TV show. In this dimension, everyone is miserable with their lives and want to end them. A man walks past holding a gun to his head, and she asks him where the nearest portal is. He tells her that the only way to leave this dimension is to accept your fate and embrace the pain. She thanks him and walks away. Back in the original dimension, Eldon is fixing his hoverboard while watching a video on his phone of someone doing a trick where they stick their whole body inside of a microwave. He thinks it's hilarious. Meanwhile, his mom is looking for something to eat in the fridge. She opens the fridge, which is completely empty, and asks Eldon if he took the last of the pickles. He says that he didn't, and that she must be forgetting that they're on a Citadel diet. She tells him that he's acting more and more like his uncle every day and leaves the kitchen. She sits down at the computer and types on the keyboard, bringing up a video chat window. On the other side of the screen is Summer, who's currently with Mr. Poopy Butthole in Dimension X372, where he's trying to recover from losing his wife, Jessica. Beth asks how he's doing, and he responds, "Not good. Just got done reading the newspaper, and I found out that I have a half-brother that I never knew about. Apparently my dad slept with a hamster while my mom was pregnant with me. That hamster is now a human woman, and I have a half-sister that's a hamster-human hybrid. Anyway, it's gone. I'm gone. No point in sticking around. Goodbye." And with that, he jumps into a nearby lava pit. Beth ends the call and facepalms. She misses the old Mr. Poopy Butthole. As Eldon is packing up his things to go to bed, he notices that his mom is crying. He asks her what's wrong, and she tells him that she's just thinking about how much potential he has and how he could achieve great things if he just tried. She tells him that she doesn't think he understands how special he is. He tells her that he does, and that he knows exactly how special he is, then proceeds to slam the door in her face. Rick wakes up in a field and sees that Beth never came back. He reaches into his pocket for the portal gun, but it's not there. He looks around for Beth and finds her sitting on a nearby log. She tells him that she left the portal gun behind because she doesn't want him to cause any more problems in her dimension. She asks him if he's happy now, to which he responds, "No, but I'm definitely amused." She tells him that he'll be staying in this dimension until he learns to be less nihilistic. He asks her what she expects him to do, to which she responds, "I don't know. Be nice to people or something." He tells her that it's impossible for him to be nice to people, and she says, "Well, you won't be going back until you prove me wrong." She stands up, walks over to a nearby bush and peeks behind it. Rick sighs and asks the audience, "What am I going to do?" We pan away as Beth shouts, "Oh no, I forgot to feed Rocky." We then cut to black. And that's the end of episode 1 of Rick and Morty 8, Officialer. I know it's different than the Rick and Morty that you guys are used to, but this is a Rick and Morty spin-off, so it's supposed to be different. Also, I wanted to show that it's possible to make a Rick and Morty spin-off without the show's creators, and I hope that Adult Swim sees this video and gives me a call. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you hated it, then why are you still watching? Get out of here. Go watch some more content. Thanks for watching and goodbye.